And away they go.
What is my soul?
How are those 10s fitting on there? Horribly?
Oh, man.
Half decent. It's good enough. Looks good. Where's my loader? Gosdar's my loader. Okay, perfect. And I can back up a teeny bit here. Now we're moving smooth here. There we go. It's so quiet. It's so quiet. Everyone's focused.
I'm putting myself to work cutting out stumps.
Right on. Actually, 10s are perfect for getting recovery out of the trees. I don't have any freaking tops at all. This is good. Now we got sick landing going here.
Oh, let me fix my controls again.
No worries. Fix away. There's nobody waiting in the training room anymore? I saw somebody was in there. It's like, wrong day, buddy. That's alright. Eventually everyone will be trained and then we won't have to worry about it.
Well, you're on TikTok now too. Your videos like came across my FYP without me even knowing you were on there.
I know.
So
They that was one thing that really blew my mind. So my buddy has been trying to get me to get on a TikTok account for the last like year, and I was like, dude, I don't need a TikTok account. I'm like, it's for chicks that dance and showing off their boobs and stuff. I'm all good. Like, I don't need FDR logging on there. And he's like, dude, I'm telling you. He's like a friend who was in marketing with me when I worked at this other company. He's like, dude, it's freaking crazy. It's crazy for marketing. And I was like, yeah, but not for what I'm doing. And he finally was just like showing me some other videos of some logging guys and stuff. And I said, oh, okay, well, I guess there's some content on there like that. He's like, just try it. Put one video on there and just see what happens. And I was like, okay. So I made this little account and I uploaded one video. And yeah, it got like 150,000 views or whatever in the first like 8 hours. And I was like, oh my God, like that's better than any YouTube video I've ever had. And, you know, me and him were both looking at the stats on the website and stuff. And like it drove up numbers like crazy. So he's like, dude, you have to start making shorts and putting them on here. It's nuts. So I did that with loading videos, and I take clips out of these logging crew videos and just speed them up and put some music to them and stuff to show us working as a group and stuff. And yeah, I think one of my best videos is at like 1.5 million views or something. It's pretty crazy.
Now I think.
Yeah, I saw live of this guy. He's processing everything, and he said like he found you on TikTok. It was like weird.
Crazy. Toxic, you're violently quiet too, buddy. Sorry just to say it because I can't hear you. You're at 100 on my thing. I had to check, but yeah, no, it's it turned out to be really good. So, like, on average, the website we get usually around, I don't know, 25,000 people a month, which it sounds like a lot, but it's really not that much for web traffic. It's pretty low. Since doing, like, in the month of February is when I first, or the end of February is when I first started using TikTok, and that drove with my web links. It drove it up to like 170,000 people in 1 month. Like, it was nuts. I was just like, what the frick? So yeah, TikTok, amazing tool. It's got a way better algorithm than YouTube. Sorry, YouTube, but it's true. Actually, same thing. Facebook Shorts, those actually got lots of attention too. More so, I don't find YouTube Shorts being very effective for marketing, which kind of sucks, but it's pretty
The way I
crazy.
see YouTube Shorts is that they're just people's TikToks that they post to get a couple more dollars.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And honestly, like, revenue-wise, I think the highest short I had was like, I don't know, 15 to 20,000 views or something, and I think it made 86 cents. So it's like really not really. I do it for exposure, not for money, just to get more people on board. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, YouTube's not really none of the social media stuff. I'm sure they're making good money off of all this video stuff, but like, I do not make very good money off of YouTube or any of that, unfortunately.
I'd have to believe YouTube is the best promoter you've ever had.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I would have never bought this game. I was bored in the logging camps. Like I
Yeah.
said before, sitting there watching YouTube all night, going, what the hell? And then seeing your thumbnails come up, and
And you're like, oh, I'll take a look at this.
Kept catching my eye, and I'm going, what
Yeah,
the hell is this? Is this a game or what?
That's funny,
and then
hey?
watched a couple of videos, and wow.
Well, and that kind of
Went home
comes
that weekend and bought the game on my son's PC and played Xbox controller.
totally.
And went back to camp and ordered my first 16s, and no lie, 2 weeks later ordered my 3Ds.
It's crazy.
Alright, Mary, we know.
Yeah. It's exciting. It is, and even hearing it from my own perspective, it's cool because it's neat. I'm learning it's not one platform that does it. I can't say, oh, YouTube's the one, TikTok's the one, Facebook's the one. I have found the most interesting people through all of them that have reached out, and I think if I wasn't on all of them, like, I would have missed a lot of opportunities in general, just for meeting people and companies and all kinds of stuff that were like, hey, we came across this by accident on this platform, and you're like, oh, it's like, that's my least used platform that I don't even care about. That's so funny that it happened to reach that person. But you never know on what platform those people are and where they're going to be, right? So it's good to kind of spread around the eggs and not keep them all in one basket, so to speak.
I'm pretty sure I used to watch like the Squad back in the day.
Yeah.
And I just remember your equipment, like FS15 stuff.
Yeah.
And then 19, I kind of used it on and off, and now 22, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get into this, and I got joysticks. I set up controller keybinds, so now yeah.
I remember playing with Grant there from the Squad when that was like way back in the day. It was so funny. So showing him how to log, and I think I got way too technical with him on like how to do stuff, and he was like, anyway, he likes to do more like the ADD kids fun kind of entertainment stuff. So, but it was pretty funny because then he told me now that I did the logging, I had to go do the farming with him, and oh my god, that was so funny. It's like I had no idea what the hell was going on. I'm like, what the hell does this thing do? Soil sprayer, like, what the frick is this? I'm like dicking around on there trying to figure it out, and he's just laughing at me the whole time, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, this is why I do logging, man. I don't want anything to do with whatever the hell this is. This is wild.
And the funny part is, at the time, he never farmed.
He never what, sorry?
He never farmed whenever.
No, I know, right? Yeah, pretty funny. Yeah, I haven't talked to that guy in a long time.
Simulator in itself is a niche game, and then you add logging. That's
it opens it right up. Yeah, we're taking it down to such a niche. It's bizarre now at this point. But I'm actually still to this day blown away by how many people actually like are following it and involved in the logging. It's just like, what the frick around. But there was multiple times back in like FS15 times where the community was such a turd ball of a community that a lot of us were all going to quit and just never do it again. Some did. I almost did. I always think back, I'm like, man, if I would have quit, I wonder what would have happened if it would have just actually, like, someone else would have picked up the slack and done the logging stuff and taken over, or if it would have just died and everyone would have forgot all about it. I don't know. I guess that's an alternate timeline that we'll never know. But I've had fun with it. I'm still having fun with it.
Oh, me
It's
too.
it's an addiction.
I'm loving it.
Mods will never be perfect. And that's what keeps me going. Keep abusing, keep changing, keep improving.
We need another skidder operator.
Oh, you guys, are you short a skidder?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna clean up the rest of this deck and then I'll be up there. Unless someone else grabs it, I really don't care. But
I'm happy to grab it.
we got quite a bit of wood on the landing here, so it's going pretty good.
I'll take a break.
Yeah, no worries. Whoops. Whacking my logs around here. Giving it the old classic whack around. A deedle deedle. Yeah, exactly. Whoa, that's heavy. Whoops.
I think I got my controls fixed.
Nice.
Thank
Famous last words.
So you see what happened was.
Frick, these logs are heavy. Holy lord. I guess I'm pulling off my off track here too. That's probably why it's not loving life. Oops, sorry. Wink.
So Jordan, how do you make your trees plantable, man?
I don't know. I've never planted trees in this game. I don't actually know.
Like copy their
Like you want to
little
make it so
tree
they're
thing.
placeable, or like so you can
like
them on
you go plant.
I don't know.
Like because I have a bunch of friends that do like playing Farmer Simulator, like Ford Farming Sim.
Right.
And
They want better
you
trees.
can't really you can't really separate farms and whatnot, you know.
Oh, I
with
see.
One ownership. Or
Right.
whatever. But if you could plant it in the Giants maps or something, that would be.
I think I'm pretty sure I could make them placeable. Like so you could actually go buy them and plant them like that way. I don't know how you do it. I think the planter, like the in-game planter, I don't think it uses a specific tree model. I think it just grows like what the current map allocation is from like the Giants default trees.
It says like spruce saplings or something. Whenever you.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never really looked into it. I'd have to look into it. Like I said, the only maps I've ever done in 19 was making them actual placeable trees, so you could just go into your editor and fire down all the trees you want wherever you want. And I know that's possible to do.
So that'd be kind of neat to have your physics on their map.
Yeah. Yeah. People want it. That's for sure. People want the good physics. I mean, the in-game trees are still not terrible. Like I was playing with those like last week just for fun, but the problem is they use the weird geos on the trees, so they're really like they have those big gaps in them, and when you grab the log, it's like it's like a 30-foot ring around it that you can't see. And that's the only thing I don't like. That's why I switched back to these trees from FS19. Like all these trees that we're logging right now, they're from FS19.
Right.
Because the geos are just way better. Like the geometry of the tree is just like so much nicerly built. And in the last game, it really wasn't. Or
Yeah, I always
the
have
last map, sorry.
trouble on the Giants maps when I go into selling trees. It's like, oh, you can't sell anymore. The sawmill's not taking any more wood right now.
Yeah.
What?
Funny how that
What do
works,
you
eh?
mean?
Too many. Yeah, I think you have to go to that bio plant or whatever. I think is the only thing you can unlimited sell them to. That's what my sell points are. They're like bio plants or bio heating plants.
Gas or whatever.
And those you can sell unlimited trees to. I think it doesn't become worth anything financially, but I definitely don't play the game for the economy in this, because the economy is a little whack.
Have you thought about like having a sawmill set up, or like whatever happened with like your placeable sawmill from 19 with the conveyor and all that?
I just never redid it. I've been thinking about doing it, but I just didn't know if I could make it into a bio wood sell point. That was the hard part. Because they really changed the way the sell points work. Because in the other one, they used to have like sell points where you didn't actually have to hit the sell button. You could just like drive it through and it would sell kind of thing. In this one, you actually have to hit the sell point. So the hard part to make a sawmill would be, if you had a conveyor belt, it would be feeding it all in and just slamming and piling up, and you'd have to sell it. You'd have to actually hit like a sell button. And the only way I could think of doing that was just if you built it into like a wood chipper. You wouldn't make any money off the wood though. You would just put it on the conveyor and it would go into the chipper and you'd never see it again. But that'd be the only way I could see doing it, but you wouldn't make any money. Unless you changed it into a wood chipper that sprayed out sawdust or something, and you'd have to go clean it up with a loader or something. I don't know. There's lots of ideas that have been floating around the old mine hole for sure. But I don't know. They just changed a lot of stuff on this, and I wish they just would have left some things alone. One, the processor. They should have just left the processor alone. I don't know why they had to dick with that, but they had to change the script, and it pissed me off. That, and then they changed the sell points. Hated that they changed the sell points. But
don't worry, with the next game they'll probably change more.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be a whole new adventure, as I call it. It's always a whole new adventure.
Yeah.
Oh, they'll maybe even revert some stuff.
Yeah, unlikely. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if those guys just hate me or what, but I've never really had a I've only ever had a conversation with one guy from that company, and it was actually really positive. And then I've never heard a word since. But they've reached out to guys that I'm really close to, like friends of mine and stuff, and they're like, "Oh yeah, they want to talk to you and stuff." And I'm like, "Okay, well here's my email. You can tell them to shoot me an email." And then they never do. And I'm like, "Okay, well maybe they don't want to talk."
They've been trying to get hold of you on Discord, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Totally. Yeah. Totally.
Are you Discord? Or...
Well, it was DJ said that actually. DJ Goham. I'm friends with that guy, and he sent me a message on Discord and said, "Hey, the guys from Giants are trying to get a hold of you. What's the best email to contact you at?" And I was like, here's my email. And that was like 4 months ago. Never heard a word. And I was like, okay, cool, man. But I have no idea what they wanted. Stop breaking our gaming, telling people it's the way it should be.
You know, they're probably just they're spending this time to work on a well-formatted email to praise you.
What are they, my managers? Yeah. Yeah. That's funny.
Political correctness. Huh?
Oh, bombs away.
Yeah, this stupid thing.
That's all good. It looked good. At least it dropped nice. It didn't go everywhere.
I figured I'd go ahead and drop it first. Things got really bad.
Perfect. It's good practice, right?
Oh yeah.
Abort!
Yeah. Run for the hills. Run for the hills.
Yeah, that's one thing I wish we had the locking straps again from like.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
What, on the grapples? Yeah, no, it don't work pretty. It ain't pretty, that's for sure. Makes a bit of a mess.
Why does it work with the skidders and not like loaders?
So skidders have, I can do it on dangle heads. I seem not to have a problem with dangle heads, but I can't do it on fixed heads. On fixed heads, it's just, for whatever reason, it tries to lock the grapple to the trailer, and it goes, it makes the grapple separate from your claw and start hitting the trailer really fast, and then it launches everything off into infinity. It was pretty cool. I sent a Snapchat to my buddy actually who really wanted to see that, and it was pretty funny. If I still have it, I'd send you guys it.
So he puts a skidder dangle head on a.
I mean, you could make, like, we have the E50, right? That dangle head. I could technically put a locking strap on that if you needed it, and then do it that way. But yeah, I don't know. For the most part, you don't need the locking straps. If you don't overgrab, just don't overgrab the trees, and you're usually pretty good. And it's good. It teaches you to be a better loader operator. If you just have easy button all the time that locks them to the frickin' grapple, then you don't have to actually pay attention to your grabs or anything.
Oh man, I'm just happy that the friction was turned up on the
yes,
grapples.
so they're less slippery now.
That helps a lot.
Except I actually screwed up. I don't know if you guys have tried loading a B train with the new grapples, but he can't because I actually closed the physics off on the tips, so the tips don't have like an open hole in them. So if you look at the grapples that they're using right now, they got the 4 open teeth on it. Well, there's no actual gap in between the teeth on this version. It's just a solid physics wall. So when you try to grab anything like the B-train molly, that little molly, you can't actually get the little claws in between the things. And I'm like, I didn't even think about that when I did it, because I was like, I'll just simplify it and make it easy. And I ended up breaking that. So in the next version that's coming out, they have the teeth back again. So, but I totally didn't even think about that. I'm like, well, when the hell would you ever need that? And I was like, oh, right, when you're loading the B train. So the only thing you can load the B train with is like the E50 or the button top grapple, I think, right now. But that will change on the next version. Yeah, we've killed a lot of trees in the last little bit here. I'm just looking over, I can see the edge of the next hill already, and I'm like, oh my god, there's a lot of trees in there.
Lock and load. Get her out of here.
100%.
That'll be a load.
Kill it.
What was?
Hey, you left. Oh. That's okay. No, I'm just joking, man. Go.
Just throw it through the cab window.
Yeah.
Bring it like that.
Put her in the cup holder.
That's right. That's right. That is exactly the case.
I had to ease up in there and grab some of these victories.
At Maverick, I have, when I do the new loader tracks physics, I'm going to send you a couple machines to test in your multiplayer games if you want. They're not like, the only thing, they're the same machines you have now, they're just the new physics on the tracks. Yeah. But I want some testing to see if they act abysmal or anything. In single player, they're the best tracks I think I've ever used. Like, they're really smooth. They go up hills well. I can drive onto piles and they stay stable. They don't jitter and fall apart.
I'm gonna need permission.
What's that?
I'm gonna need permission.
You need for your farm thing, right? There you go. You got it. I think. Did I push the right button? Yeah, I did. Right on.
That we were talking about dangle heads and locking straps, and that reminded me of the that big like unloader for like trucks and stuff. Not the Laterno, but the
the high stacker.
High deckers.
Yeah, that one. That one was so much fun. I always loved that one.
Yeah, and
like,
no exact word on that yet, but there's something that's kind of in the works on that. I'm working with a big company on something right now, and I don't know if we're going to do the deal or not. So if it does go through, we'll have one of those in a form if it happens.
Okay.
I have about 4 or 5 companies right now that I'm kind of working with that are like have their machines or their equipment that they want to do, but we're just waiting on paperwork from people, and it takes like months and months and months because people just can't sign a thing. And it drives me bonkers because I have the things and I want to get started on them. So
I have a thing.
And then some of them that I've had for like 6 months, and I've emailed back and they're like, yeah, we're still just waiting on confirmation. And I'm like, oh my god, okay, well when FS2025 comes out, we'll be able to put your equipment in there. Because oh my god.
Ooh.
But that's awesome how you've like gotten deals with like real life.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's super cool. Yeah, LTAC was probably the coolest guys I think I've worked with yet, though. They were fun. Well, actually, no, ProPack was really good too. Both of them were really, really good. But it was funny because I think it was ProPack that told me that's where they met. They met LTAC at a conference, like a logging conference, with a whole bunch of head guys or something, and then they were talking about it, and that's what got LTAC on board with me. And then they told another person who told another person who told another person. That's kind of how it got started. So I just put the feelers out there. I'm just like, hey, well, if any of you guys want your cool equipment in the game. That was the same with Axis Forestry, those processor guys from BC here. They had overheard at a logging conference about it, and then they got in touch with me, and away we went.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's really neat. And I love doing it because for me, it's like a challenge because it's a new piece of equipment that we don't have or isn't in the game. And 2, it's like, local. Some of it's local companies, the big guys and stuff that I'm just like, oh, it's pretty cool to represent them in the game and have them be part of the...
You should go to those logging conferences.
I know. I've thought about it, actually. I have thought about it. I just need to
Or just
stop
hit up,
working
like,
so much.
logging companies.
Yeah, I've emailed a couple of different ones, but it's so hard to get in touch with them because you just get lost in their little like, hi, send us a message system. So you need to actually kind of know the guys at the top, like the managers
gotta
and
have it
CEOs.
in.
Yeah, totally, because they don't even listen. They don't care. They probably get 10,000 emails a day about people trying to market crap to them that they don't care about.
Oh yeah.
And I know that because I get that a day of people that send me emails that are like, hey, I can do this for you. I can do this for you. I can give you one of these. Our company does this. And it's like, I just delete like 99% of it and don't even read it. So I can't imagine a company that's like a big company. They probably get 20 billion times the amount that I do. And they probably just have a filter that says no to everything. But like I said, if you know the CEO or the guy at the top or somebody important up there, then maybe it'd be a little bit of a different show.
So,
But hey, if you go to
Dewstone.
the conference, you talk to someone over there. They might get you an in if they see your stuff.
Yeah,
especially
totally. And that's possible.
This is where your product could go.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah. Insert product here. Show.
Look, we get this much traffic on these websites.
Right? Yeah, it'd be pretty interesting for sure.
It'd be pretty cool to get in on like that damn trainer, like what was what Maverick was showing.
Oh, that Tiger Cat one or whatever
Dude,
it was?
that thing looked. I actually went to that website and looked at that. It looked pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, can they sell those? I wonder, man. I'd buy one.
for a small price of like 8,000, it said. Or something.
Oh,
Is
you
that
mean the
all?
Sim? Is it Simlog? Is that the one you're looking at?
What's that?
Somebody did Simlog.
It was the trainer.
I actually talked to Simlog like 4 years ago because I wanted their
yeah, okay.
joysticks so bad. Those joysticks they have, because they have like the Sure Grip style joysticks, and I wanted them like so bad. And I remember talking to them, and the guy said, well, he told me then it was $1,500 US each for each joystick if I wanted to buy one off them. And I was like, oh my god, I'm not paying that. That's ridiculous. But then I inquired a couple years later because I was like, oh, maybe I should just buy a set or like invest in a set. And then he was like, oh yeah, no, you have to buy the whole unit now. You can't just buy the joysticks. And yeah, it was like $8,000 or $7,000 or whatever the hell it was. And I was like, oh well.
Hey Nub, you want to do some skidding, man? I can run around and do that.
I can barely do anything at the moment because I just got joysticks yesterday, so I'm still in the process
He's
of
learning.
learning everything. Yeah, so I don't want to like slow down the entire movement.
Yeah, don't slow down the operation. That's okay. We're almost done here anyway. We only got another 5 minutes or so. And then I get to go run away too.
Oh, sorry. So Doosan has done a restructure. They're now Davalon.
Davalon? Really? What's that? What country?
Doosan. Just all North America.
Oh, North America. Yeah, I know. Who bought them? Was it local? Like somebody in this country? Or?
I think it was. I forgot the exact name,
Yeah.
but I think it's some Asian company.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, they the same with like when Wheeler bought out all the cat stuff, but yet I still see cat forestry stuff. So I don't know what the deal is there. What I heard was Wheeler was taking over the entire forestry division of Caterpillar, but
Hyundai, not
oh,
Hyundai.
Hyundai, yeah,
They bought them, I think.
that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, in the end, it's always going to end up being whoever's at the top of the crop that's going to buy them out. Even if you drop them there, Steven, I'll just scrape them in here. It's all good. I'm actually building a deck because when after I leave this game tonight, I plan to come back and do some modding. And I'm going to use this game for my testing. Because there's some stuff I've noticed in multiplayer I'm not happy with that I want to fix. But I want to test it with the new track machines. Like I said, right? I'm always constantly trying to make it smoother all the time, never ending. We try.
Some people have cracks, some people have modding.
That's right. Yeah, crack and modding, exactly. The addiction is getting the itch in the old left hand. Just
Oh man, gaming itself is definitely an addiction.
Oh yeah, best addiction on earth.